Welcome to Hood Champion Boxing and Sports. In boxing, you find a way to win, you find a way to lose. Hey, listen, Eddie Hearn, this whole Saudi Arabia round robin with all the heavyweights. Anyway, Eddie Hearn's sole focus is Anthony Joshua, Deontay Wilder. Word is, Deontay Wilder, we know he and Malik Scott talking about fighting everybody. And they've been very open about going and fighting Joshua. Joshua came out and said he and Wilder are fighting in December. Eddie Hearn has gone on record, he can't hold Wilder, and has said on a couple different articles out there on the web, right, that Deontay Wilder has agreed to fight AJ. Right now, it's just about getting the concrete offers in place and making sure that Deontay Wilder and his team are satisfied with everything. But right now, he says things are looking very positive. He goes on to say that Eddie Hearn is very bullish on getting Anthony Joshua back in the ring in the summer sometime. It will not be against an elite heavyweight. He wants to get AJ back in the ring. It gives him more time to gel with his coach, with his new team, and to make sure that he gets some of those inactivity barnacles pried off of him. And also gives him an opportunity to really solidify some of the training, some of the tools, and some of the tactics that has been introduced to him. So by the time he goes in against Deontay Wilder, he would have had a year or so of training with Derrick James and be more than ready for a fight with Deontay Wilder. But one thing Hearn did say, right? He doesn't believe Anthony Joshua can train for Deontay Wilder. All you can do is keep going over the things you've been working on and just get in the best shape possible, because he does recognize that Deontay Wilder is special. But also, he didn't say it, he recognizes that Anthony Joshua is kind of going through a transition period, and not only with his trainer, but also with his mentality and approach to fighting, where Joshua feels he's more of a boxer, an intelligent, sophisticated, thinking man, and not a bruiser who gets in there and wants to be vicious and be a lion and go after blood. I described it as turning a lion into a pussycat, or the lion becoming a herbivore. You know what I'm saying? Lion should eat meat, not a damn head of cabbage. Joshua seems to want a little bit, he wants to be an omnivore. That can't work, but he's more towards the herbivore side, right? But anyway, that's neither here nor there. The real concern is the secret society. Let me tell y'all, the secret society, they're sitting back, man, and they're grinning from ear to ear about this fight. Now, for those of you who don't know, Eddie Hearn and making these fights in Saudi, I've talked about this in other videos. If you're new to the channel, I'm not going to go and deep dive into this. There's a lot of videos I've done talking about Kinahan, Eddie Hearn, Amir Abdallah, Prince Khalid, and just everything dealing with Tyson Fury, Bob Arum, right? And just corruption in boxing. But for Deontay Wilder, going out here to Saudi Arabia, I get it. I get it. The money, these guys, you're talking about $320 million across 4 guys. They all could be making up to $80 million apiece. Or it could be more, something a little bit different, you know what I mean? Maybe, I don't know. But it's a lot of money these guys are going to be making. But for Deontay Wilder, man, what's he expecting to happen when he goes out there? With the experiences he's had dealing with all the crap in the Tyson Fury fights, right? Bob Arum, corruption, not getting a fair, the fight not being on a level playing field. These are his beliefs, right? And, of course, I have an opinion about it. That same regime that was involved with them Tyson Fury fights, except for Top Rank and Usman Sajjad. But when we talk about the people who were close to Hearn, his staunch supporters, his right-hand men, these are the people who are now involved with this Skills Challenge Promotions. And for me, I just think it's very ballsy for Deontay Wilder to go over to Saudi Arabia and expect to get treated fairly. Now, I will say this. It has nothing to do with Saudi Arabian culture, right? What I'm getting at is Eddie Hearn has a good rapport with the Saudis and those who are behind making fights out there. And I just don't feel Deontay Wilder, if he knocks out AJ, none of this matters, right? But if he goes out there and for some reason he can't land that big shot on AJ, I just think Deontay Wilder is going to be in a lose-lose situation. I really do. And also, I just don't know why go out there? And I get the money. I get it, man. It's a lot of damn money. But why go and find yourself getting kind of inextricably connected with people who've had relations with someone, or may still have those relations and rapport with someone who influenced, you feel influenced, the outcome of your fights with Tyson Fury? Why wouldn't they do it with AJ? So I'm very concerned about Deontay Wilder going to fight in Saudi Arabia. But at the end of the day, the Prince seems to be a guy who kind of understands what he's doing. And this could be a positive thing. He could say, hey, we understand, like the stuff that I'm talking about and been talking about. He could say, hey, I recognize there are a lot of people who don't look at us in a positive light. And I want to make sure that we cross T's and dot I's. There'll be absolutely no corruption. This is something, I love the sport of boxing. We want to take care of the fighters. And I have endless money. So I'm going to put together the dream fights and give the fans what they want. And of course, we'll make some money on the back end over here for my company. But this may be a step in the right direction, not just for Saudi Arabia and sports in Saudi. It could be for boxing. Because as much as I talk about this whole thing about corruption and the influence of the mob and the rumors about, Hearn's influence over those fights, from refs to judges to a little bit of everything, right? There's so much corruption that happens stateside, so. So I really don't know what to think, to be honest with you, and you got to excuse me for yawning. I don't edit those things out because I'm human, right? I'm just not really convinced at this point if Deontay Wilder would stay here stateside and fight. One, I know he's not going to make any money. The money's just not there. But two, anything can happen here too when it comes to BS, you know what I mean? So he might as well go over to Saudi and get that 60 to 80 million or 100 million or whatever they're paying him because I personally think Deontay Wilder is going to tranquilize Anthony Joshua. And after he tranquilizes Anthony Joshua, this is where it gets interesting. You're going to see what a lot of people don't want to see. You're going to see Deontay Wilder, Tyson Fury 4. Now, let me tell you something. Malik Scott believes that Deontay Wilder beats Tyson Fury. And I'm going to tell you guys, in my opinion, gotta excuse me, man. In my opinion, I really think that's a 50-50 fight right now. Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury. You gotta look at who Tyson Fury's been fighting. You gotta understand how the fight affected Tyson Fury. I still favor Tyson Fury, but it's like I think Earl Spence and Crawford is a 50-50 fight, but I think because Crawford and just the way he uses his eyes to really see everything that's going on in the ring, I kind of lean a little bit towards Crawford, but I feel it's a 50-50 fight. Wilder and Fury, I just think there was so much damage done to both of them, especially Wilder. But listening to Tyson Fury and where he's at right now, I just think Tyson Fury kind of has 1 foot outside of boxing and 1 foot in boxing, and he's strictly about the money. Tyson Fury's not about anything else. And maybe this is an opportunity for Wilder to really show what he's been working on, because he had success against Tyson Fury. Without a really good jab, without really, in addition to all that, just enough time with Malik Scott, I think, to have really created a permanent change in Wilder. Because we saw once Wilder got hit by Fury, he just, kind of went back to what he normally does, and he was falling all over the ring and off balance, and just looked like it got kind of sloppy in there. Plus, he had on all that weight in the last fight. I think a lot of Deontay Wilder, with all the things he's been working on, which again I do, like I always say, I'm gonna be consistent. Maybe a little bit of too much, where you're turning the lion into a pussycat, But I think it would be a more interesting fight. But Wilder has to get in the ring, to me, and be active. He may have a fight in the interim between he and AJ, and then go and fight AJ and tranquilize him, and then fight Fury next year for all the marbles. But I really see the fight going that direction. Fury and AJ next year. Fury and Wilder next year. Give the edge to Fury. But I just think for Deontay Wilder, man, this whole thing with, gotta watch what I say, This whole thing being in the Middle East now, I just think Deontay Wilder has to be careful what he's doing. I wouldn't trust it. If he had all these concerns and they were fighting stateside about certain individuals, and now you got people who are close to certain individuals that are out there, man, and are the face of that whole promotional outfit. Wilder I just hope he knows what he's doing. But that being said, I'm going to leave it alone. But Wilder's already saying, look, you're going to make Anthony Joshua the first vicious knockout. It's going to be the first vicious knockout for Saudi when he drops Anthony Joshua. But Anthony Joshua believes that he's the one who's going to knock out Deontay Wilder. And when AJ first went over to Derrick James, I kind of felt the same way. Because I was like, wow, Derrick James, it's a good move for him. We're going to see something new. But when Anthony Joshua came out and fought Jermaine Franklin, I think we all were left a little bit unconvinced that Anthony Joshua is going to present any kind of problem to Deontay Wilder. But that being said, let's just keep watching this, see how things develop, see if they actually get in the ring. But let's see how things go when he gets to Saudi. See how he gets treated, how the fight goes. Then if he ends up getting through AJ and he has a fight, Tyson Fury for a fourth fight, let's see how that goes. Let's see how that plays out, right? But I truly believe the secret society, and there's a lot of people who make up that secret society, I think they're out there like, yes, this is what we want. Make everybody comfortable. Money's the root of all evil. And let them focus on that money. And then we're gonna have our stuff going on underneath their noses. Because we already know who we want to win. And but I think this money is blinding all four of these guys to where I don't think any of them at the end of the day are going to care if they lose because of the amount of money they're going to make. And that's really how I feel, honestly. I feel that Wilder wants some legacy still, but he even said it's all about the money, man. Tyson Fury, it's all about the money. He said that. AJ said it's all about the money. Usyk's the only one who's not really talking like that. Yeah, he want to get paid, but he's not the one out here talking that. It's the other three. But let's wait and see what happens because I'm rambling on. I'm trying not to say the wrong thing because I got a whole lot to say about this damn secret society and Wilder going to Saudi Arabia. And I just don't know why he'd want to go back and be around people who are affiliated with Kinahan when Bob Arum had Kinahan's involvement over them fights. Why he wants to sit there, man, and put himself in position where he's fighting AJ and got Eddie Hearn, who was working hand in hand with Kinahan, and Kinahan put the money up for AJ and Fury, the fight that didn't happen. So it's just whenever I talk about fights in Saudi, the first name that comes in my mind is Kinahan, man. And when you look at Amir Abdallah and he and Kinahan are extremely close, it just makes me feel uneasy. You know what I'm saying? But there ain't no proof of Kinahan involvement. I want to make sure I throw that out there. But I just feel there's other people who are involved. And at the end of the day, you have Eddie Hearn's fighter. You have the Ukrainian fighter Usyk. And then you have Bob Arum's fighter and Frank Warren's fighter Fury. Then you have Wilder. Who are the two outsiders when it comes to the Saudis? The skills challenge promotion, let me say that. Who are the outsiders? Right? Usyk and Wilder. Wilder more than them. I would say Wilder, then Usyk. I'd say AJ then Fury. So the two guys I think were, and then also, if Fury and AJ were to win their fights, right? Because basically I think Wilder has to knock AJ out to win. And I think Usyk has to knock Fury out to win. But if AJ and Fury win, I mean, that's like the battle of Britain, you know what I'm saying? Have it in Saudi. That's huge. So when the dust settles, what's the biggest fight that can be made with having these four guys fight? It's not Wilder and Fury. It's not Usyk and AJ again. You know what I'm saying? It's Fury and AJ. The more I think about it, the more I feel like that's the direction this is going. Make that Fury and AJ fight. You watch the Secret Society. If Wilder can't get AJ out of there, you watch what that Secret Society does. I'm telling you right now, Fury and AJ, that's going to be the fight. But if Wilder can tranquilize him, he's good to go. And I think Wilder can. But we just have to wait and see. That being said, y'all keep cool. Shout out to the veterans, all 7 continents. In the breeze.